The American auto industry is facing a serious crisis, and many consumers are starting to push back. New cars are becoming more expensive, more complex, and in many cases, less reliable. As a result, buyers across the United States are questioning which brands they can actually trust with their hard-earned money. In today's video, we're counting down 6 car brands that are currently collapsing, and why you should seriously reconsider buying from them in 2026. We're talking about plummeting sales, quality issues that just won't quit, financial troubles, and in some cases, complete brand identity crises. We're going from bad to absolutely catastrophic. Whether you're in the market for a new car or just want to stay informed about the automotive landscape, stick around, because what we uncover might shock you. Number 6. Genesis. We have Genesis. And this might be controversial because they actually make genuinely good cars. The problem isn't quality, it's everything else. Genesis, Hyundai's luxury division, launched in the United States with high hopes and glowing reviews from automotive journalists. Their sedans and SUVs offer legitimate luxury at prices thousands below German rivals. So what's the problem? Nobody's buying them. Genesis sales have been consistently disappointing, with the brand struggling to attract buyers away from established luxury marques like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Lexus, and even Cadillac. The numbers are so low that you rarely see Genesis vehicles on the road. The biggest issue is the lack of a proper dealer network. Genesis doesn't have standalone dealerships in most markets. Instead, they're sold through Hyundai dealers or rely on a concierge service model. While this sounds nice in theory, it creates problems with test drives, service, and the overall luxury experience buyers expect in this price range. Resale values are another massive concern. Because Genesis lacks brand prestige and widespread recognition, their vehicles depreciate like stones. A 3-year-old Genesis sedan might lose 60% of its value, compared to 40 to 45% for a comparable BMW or Lexus. That's a huge financial hit. The brand's future is also uncertain. If sales don't improve significantly, Hyundai might decide to pull the plug or dramatically scale back the Genesis project. Buying into a struggling luxury brand means you could be left holding a vehicle with minimal support. If you love the product and are willing to accept significant depreciation and potential service headaches, Genesis might work for you. But for most buyers in 2026, there are safer luxury options with better dealer networks and resale values. Number 5. Buick. This might be the saddest entry on our countdown. Buick is a brand living on borrowed time, kept alive primarily by sales in China while withering away in its home market. The current Buick lineup in the United States consists of just a handful of crossovers that look virtually identical to each other. There's no differentiation, no excitement, and no reason for anyone under 65 to consider one. The brand has completely lost its identity. Buick's average buyer age is among the oldest in the industry, and they're not successfully attracting younger customers. When your customer base is literally aging out and not being replaced, that's an existential crisis. Dealers know this, and many have significantly reduced their Buick inventory or focus primarily on GMC vehicles instead. While Buicks are generally reliable, they're also boring and forgettable. They offer nothing that you can't get better elsewhere in GM's lineup or from competitors. The Enclave is just a less desirable Traverse. The Envision competes with GM's own Blazer and Acadia. There's tremendous internal cannibalization. Resale values reflect Buick's struggles. These vehicles depreciate quickly because demand in the used market is minimal. Who's shopping for a used Buick? Not many people. The writing is on the wall for Buick in North America. GM has already announced plans to transition the brand heavily toward electric vehicles, but there's little indication that slapping a Buick badge on an EV will suddenly make the brand relevant again. Industry analysts have long predicted that GM will eventually discontinue Buick in the United States, consolidating around Chevrolet, GMC, and Cadillac. While that hasn't happened yet, buying a Buick in 2026 means betting on a brand with an unclear future and limited appeal. Number 4. Volkswagen. VW is facing a perfect storm of problems that should make any potential buyer think twice. First, There's the financial crisis in Europe. Volkswagen has announced plans to close factories in Germany for the first time in its history, along with massive layoffs. This is a company in cost-cutting mode. And historically, when automakers slash costs, quality and customer service are the first things to suffer. In the United States, VW has struggled to gain and maintain market share for decades. Despite occasional hits like the Atlas SUV, the brand can't seem to build lasting customer loyalty. Part of this stems from the Dieselgate scandal that destroyed consumer trust, but it's also about reliability concerns and expensive maintenance. Volkswagen vehicles consistently rank in the bottom third for reliability, according to J.D. Power and Consumer Reports. Owners report frequent issues with electrical systems, infotainment glitches, and expensive repairs once the warranty expires. The cost of ownership for a VW is significantly higher than comparable Japanese brands. The dealer network is also a concern. VW has fewer dealerships across the United States compared to mainstream brands, which means less convenient service and potentially longer wait times for parts. In some regions, you might have to drive an hour or more to reach a VW dealer. Then there's the resale value problem. Volkswagens depreciate rapidly, often losing 50 to 60% of their value in the first 3 years. That's money you'll never get back. VW's push toward electrification has been rocky at best, with the ID.4 receiving mixed reviews and facing production delays. The company seems to be between two worlds, not fully committed to either traditional or electric vehicles, leaving customers confused about what VW actually stands for. Unless you're getting a screaming deal with an extended warranty, Volkswagen should be approached with extreme caution in 2026. Number 3. Mitsubishi. The brand that time forgot. Seriously, when was the last time you saw a new Mitsubishi commercial or got excited about one of their new models? Exactly. The Japanese automaker has become a shadow of its former self. Gone are the days of the Lancer Evolution and Eclipse sports cars that enthusiasts loved. Today's Mitsubishi lineup is bland, forgettable, and years behind the competition in terms of technology, safety features, and design. Sales have been dismal. Mitsubishi sells fewer than 100,000 vehicles annually in the United States, which is a rounding error compared to major brands. With such low volume, the company struggles to invest in new product development, creating a vicious cycle of irrelevance. The quality isn't terrible, but it's not competitive either. Mitsubishi vehicles tend to use cheaper materials, have less refined powertrains, and offer fewer standard features than rivals at similar price points. Why would anyone choose a Mitsubishi Outlander over a Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, or Mazda CX-5? There's simply no compelling reason. The dealer network has been shrinking steadily. Many former Mitsubishi dealers have dropped the brand or relegated it to a corner of their lot. This raises serious concerns about long-term parts availability and service support. Resale values are catastrophic. A Mitsubishi depreciates faster than almost any other brand, losing 60 to 70% of its value within 5 years. Even with heavy incentives making them seem affordable up front, you'll lose far more money in depreciation than you saved on the purchase price. There have been persistent rumors that Mitsubishi might eventually exit the U.S. market entirely. While they're technically part of the Renault-Nissan-Mitsubishi alliance, that partnership itself is troubled, offering little stability. In 2026, buying a Mitsubishi is taking a gamble on a brand with an uncertain future. With so many better options available, it's a gamble not worth taking. Number 2. Nissan. We're talking about Nissan, and this is a brand in absolute turmoil. Nissan has announced massive layoffs, plant closures, and has slashed its profit forecasts dramatically. We're talking about a company that's fighting for survival. The problems at Nissan run deep. For years, they've relied on heavy incentives and subprime financing to move vehicles. This strategy has destroyed their resale values and brand perception. A 3-year-old Nissan loses value faster than almost any other mainstream brand, which means you're literally throwing money away the moment you drive off the lot. Quality has also taken a nosedive. The continuously variable transmissions in many Nissan models have been problematic for over a decade, with class action lawsuits and extended warranties becoming the norm rather than the exception. Models like the Sentra, Altima, and Rogue have all faced transmission-related issues that can cost thousands to repair. Nissan's product lineup feels stale and outdated compared to competitors. While Honda and Toyota have modernized their interiors and technology, many Nissan interiors still look and feel like they're from 2015. The brand has lost its way, with no clear identity or competitive advantage. The financial situation is dire enough that there have been persistent rumors about mergers or partnerships just to keep the company afloat. When a major automaker is in that kind of position, you have to question the long-term viability of buying their vehicles. Parts availability and warranty support could become serious concerns if Nissan's financial troubles deepen. The last thing you want is to own a vehicle from a manufacturer that can't support it properly. In 2026, there are simply too many better options from manufacturers with stronger financial positions and better track records. Unless Nissan makes a dramatic turnaround, they deserve this spot near the top of the avoid list. Number 1. Stellantis brands. At number 1, the most concerning situation in the entire automotive industry. The Stellantis brands, particularly Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep. This isn't just one troubled brand. It's an entire portfolio in crisis. Stellantis sales in the United States have been an absolute free fall. We're talking double-digit percentage drops quarter after quarter. The reason? A toxic combination of overpriced vehicles, bloated dealer inventories, quality concerns that simply won't go away, and corporate leadership that was completely out of touch with the American market. Let's start with Chrysler. This brand has been on life support for years, limping along with just 2 models, the Pacifica minivan and the 300 sedan, which was recently discontinued. There's virtually no product pipeline, no clear vision, and dealers are openly questioning whether Chrysler will even exist in 5 years. That's not speculation. That's coming from the people who sell these vehicles. Then there's Dodge. Once the performance king with the Hellcat engines and muscle car heritage, Dodge is now transitioning to electric vehicles, whether customers want them or not. The problem? Their core buyer base isn't interested in electric muscle cars, and the brand has systematically alienated its most loyal customers. The people who love Dodge for its V8 engines are walking away. Jeep, traditionally a cash cow for Stellantis, has committed brand suicide by pricing itself completely out of the market. The Grand Cherokee and Wagoneer models are pushing luxury price points, but they're plagued with reliability issues. Consumer Reports consistently ranks Jeep near the absolute bottom for dependability. We're talking electrical gremlins, transmission problems, build quality issues, you name it. And Ram trucks? They're facing brutal competition from Ford, GM, and Toyota, while dealing with recall after recall for everything from tailgates that won't stay closed to electrical systems that leave owners stranded. The corporate situation makes everything worse. Former CEO Carlos Tavares recently stepped down amid the crisis, leaving the company in limbo. Dealerships are sitting on 6 to 9 months of unsold inventory, which is absolutely catastrophic. They're offering incentives of $10, $15, even $20,000 just to move metal off the lots, and people still aren't buying. Here's the real concern. If you buy a Stellantis product in 2026, you're facing steep depreciation, potential quality nightmares, and genuine uncertainty about whether parts and service will be readily available in 5 or 10 years. These are legitimate questions about the survival of these brands. This is why Stellantis takes the number 1 spot. It's not just one problem, it's a complete systematic collapse of multiple brands simultaneously. The 6 car brands collapsing in 2026. Counted down from concerning to absolutely catastrophic. Whether it's financial troubles, quality concerns, poor resale values, or uncertain futures, these brands all share common red flags that should make any smart buyer think twice. Remember, a car is one of the biggest purchases you'll make, and choosing the wrong brand can cost you thousands in depreciation and repairs. Do your research, read reliability reports, and consider the long-term implications before signing on the dotted line. What do you think? Did we miss any struggling brands? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more automotive insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.